Well, butter my timbits and bless my toque, folks. I'm watching this Scott Bessent fella get all up in arms about a Doug Ford ad that apparently reminded him of Ronald Reagan. He's huffing, puffing, acting like Ford's about to annex California. Foreign interference, he cries, as if Doug's campaign team hired the Gipper's ghost to write the script. Settle down, Scotty. It's just a politician trying to sound inspirational. Half the time, Ford sounds more like he's narrating a Canadian tire flyer than a Reagan revival. But here's where the funny bone meets the jawbone. Bessent, this self-appointed guardian of political purity, doesn't bat an eye at meddling in our politics out west. Alberta? Oh yeah, he's knee-deep in the oil patch, pitching ideas like a prospector who found a gold vein in a Tim Hortons parking lot. Apparently, when he sticks his American investment nose under the maple leaf tent, that's not interference, that's partnership. Yeah, right, and raccoons are just nighttime wildlife custodians. Make it make sense. We're expected to sit quietly while American billionaires redefine our national interests. Yet heaven forbid a Canadian premier strikes a pose that even sounds like Uncle Ronnie. We're talking about a country that apologizes when we get hit in the grocery aisle. And still, they say we're the bullies when we stand up for ourselves. It's like a neighbor telling you not to complain about him borrowing your snowblower, while he's using it to clear the driveway of a house he just bought next door to yours. Now don't get territorial, eh? We're just helping each other out. Sure, buddy, you emptied my gas can, bent the auger, and broke the choke cable. What's next? You want my hydro bill too? And let's talk about sovereignty. Americans toss that word around like confetti at a 4th of July parade. But when Canadians mention it, it's like we broke some unspoken rule. Whoa there, Maple Cowboy! Don't you get any funny ideas about self-respect? Meanwhile, U.S. hedge fund managers are treating Alberta like a monopoly board. Buy Park Place? Nah, buy Fort McMurray. You can almost see the logic diagram drawn in Sharpie on a napkin at some Manhattan steakhouse. When America invests, good. When Canada resists, bad. When Doug Ford sounds like Reagan, treason. It's the kind of hypocrisy that makes you wish you could pay your taxes in sarcasm. And maybe that's what really bugs me. We Canadians always gotta explain ourselves. We can't just defend our interests. We have to apologize for doing it politely. Sorry for standing up for our own resources, eh? Hope that didn't interfere with your free enterprise. It's exhausting. By the time we finish our diplomatic preamble, the lobbyists have already staked a claim on our pipelines and named them after their pets. Meanwhile, Parliament Hill's caught in a snow squall of mixed metaphors. The premiers are fighting like loons over the last crumb of federal funding, and Scott Bessent's down there wagging a finger from Wall Street, telling us how to be good little Canadians, like he's our substitute teacher from the school of exceptional arrogance. Well, Scott, here's a news flash from north of 49. We may be polite, but we're not pushovers. We invented insulin, the snowmobile, and poutine. We can handle mixed economies and mixed messages. You want to invest? Fine. But don't tell us how to run our democracy while you're cashing the check. And if you're that concerned about foreign interference, might want to check your own backyard before shouting into ours. Because from where I'm sitting, it looks like the real interference is coming across the border in pinstripes, not hockey jerseys. So go ahead, Scotty. Call the next Ford ad communist. Call the flag too red. Call the anthem too long. We'll still be here, frying up bacon, shoveling snow, and remembering who we are. Canadians, not subsidiaries. And in the end, my friend, if you still can't tell the difference between defending sovereignty and interfering with it, Maybe that's because you've been swimming so long in the deep end of hypocrisy, you forgot which flags printed on your swim trunks. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a double-double to finish and an apology letter to write to my snowblower for lending it to my neighbour with free enterprise ambitions.